Guy Standing, The Precariat, the New Dangerous Class. In The Precariat, the New Dangerous Class, author Guy Standing explores the emergence of the precariat, a growing class of people facing precarious employment situations and living conditions. As neoliberal economic philosophy and globalization gained prominence, a new structure of social classes has emerged. The precariat, at the bottom of this hierarchy, consists of workers in temporary, low-paying, and insecure jobs. This expanding class is characterized by their lack of labor protection, national and occupational identity, and their struggle with anger, anomie, anxiety, and alienation. The summary delves into the changing global economy, wage inequalities, gender disparities, migrant experiences, and the technological impact on this unstable class.
The rise of neoliberalism. The 1980s marked the onset of neoliberalism, an economic philosophy that advocates for a marketplace takeover of all aspects of life, prioritizing competition and adamantly opposing labor unions and state regulations. World leaders like Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher implemented it by deregulating markets. Neoliberalism seeks to expand globally, increase low-paid workers, and reshape society into new classes. Consequently, these workers, nicknamed the precariat, live with uncertainty, debt, and humiliation. The social strata and its struggles. The world is dominated by the rich elite and the salariat, followed by the professions and the former working class. At the bottom are the precariats who cannot build careers and work temporary jobs for survival. The precariat lacks labor protection, and their insecure status deprives them of national and occupational identity. The lack of job security in the contemporary economy renders even the most proficient of skills obsolescent, leaving individuals to struggle to maintain their status in society. The suffering of the precariat. The precariat, individuals lacking job security and income predictability, experience for emotions, anger, anomie, anxiety, and alienation. Their anger stems from a lack of future prospects. Anxiety arises from living on the fringes of society with little financial stability. Feelings of alienation result from the belief that they work only for others. Anomie comes from being viewed as commodities, rather than people. The precariat's lives hold little value and receive minimal empathy. This group lacks the opportunity to specialize or professionalize, forced instead to take available work. The impact of globalization on the precariat. Globalization has led to a significant shift in the capital-labor ratio by inducing the entry of 1.5 billion workers to the market, causing a loss in bargaining leverage for existing workers. The growth spurt post-globalization was led by the precariat, which is characterized by short-termism that refrains from thinking long-term. China's massive investment has led to the creation of industrial parks that rely on and sequester hundreds and thousands of unskilled rural workers. The harsh living and working conditions of the precariat workforce has created a central reality of disposability for their lives. The rise of neoliberal economists has caused a shift in employer behavior, encouraging them to contract temporary workers to work longer hours for lower wages and eventually replace existing full-time workers. This glut of temporary workers provides a disincentive to offer benefits or healthcare to full-timers and has played a significant role in increasing underemployment. Women in precarious work. Despite holding an increasing number of jobs worldwide, women still face inequality in pay and working conditions compared to men. Developing countries, such as China, rely on the labor of young female workers in the precariat, who work short-term contracts and often have no job security. Part-time work, such as assembly, sewing, and checkout clerking, do not represent a step up for women's work status and they are paid a quarter less than men. The rise of the precariat also features a trend of men shifting to insecure, low-paid work once done by women. The global economy's 24/7 nature has blurred the lines between work and life, leading to a devaluation of moral reciprocities. Despite this, government policies and employment surveys often neglect to include sex services workers. The labor market now offers less skilled heavy manufacturing work and more service work. The Great Recession brought greater male than female unemployment. Seeking a better life. The world is seeing an increase in migrants, with 214 million people migrating across national borders seeking a better life. Many of these migrants are the precariat, searching for employment and a sense of belonging. The U.S. has been the preferred destination with 1/8 of its residents being born abroad. However, not all migrants move from poor to wealthier countries, with 1/3 shifting among rich countries and another third moving among poor countries. Most migrants are undocumented, work for cheap labor, and continue to face the possibility of losing their jobs or deportation. Sadly, many cannot find permanent homes in their new communities and, as a result, continue to move in search of work. Today, the world has more refugees and asylum seekers than at any time in history. Whilst many revile migrants, most are just looking for a better life. The impact of technology on the precariat. The rise of technology and social media has been a defining feature of the precariat, leading to short-term connections and an attention deficit disorder. In 2010, people spent 700 billion minutes a month on Facebook alone. This constant online connection has made them prone to a lack of commitment and has fueled a culture of immediacy. The precariat's unstable work conditions mean that they have no control over their schedules, which never truly stops due to the myriad technologies of connection. This leaves little time or energy for leisure, leading to exhaustion and furthering their alienation. As a result, there is a decrease in active participation in public life, making the precariat even more powerless. Such conditions also lead to anger and volatility, supporting a politics of hatred and bitterness. The basic income solution. The concept of a basic income solution, also known as a social dividend or citizens' grant, has been suggested as a possible response to the struggles faced by the precariat. The basic income would offer a guaranteed modest monthly payment to all legal residents, with no restrictions or usage limits, and the disabled would receive additional support. Although objections to the concept exist, such as the fear of creating less available labor and rewarding the lazy, a basic income could distribute security and provide an opportunity for citizens to develop skills and climb the social ladder without the pressures of financial insecurity. The concept of a basic income system is not meant to replace earned contributions but rather to provide basic security.
Standing identifies the pressing issues faced by the precariat and brings attention to their precarious living and working conditions. Their lives are consumed by insecurity, uncertainty, debt, and humiliation, often struggling to find an occupational identity. The author proposes a potential solution, implementing a basic income or social dividend that offers a monthly payment to all legal residents, which could ensure social cohesion and promote security. This strategy offers individuals within the precariat an opportunity to develop skills and improve their lives, while addressing the economic inequality perpetuated by neoliberalism, globalization, and financial speculation. In a world with a rapidly changing economy and labor landscape, understanding and addressing the challenges faced by the precariat become increasingly crucial.